So we out here with Red and Scooter. Scooter, no. And he's trying to climb the fence. So it's me, Red, and Scooter. Can't get in because it's locked. So it was just me, Red, and Scooter. We're at the high school right now. So gonna be here for the rest of the time being until they get rid of them. We don't know. So that's them right there. I will give you an update at lunchtime.
Well, it's Tim. Welcome back to the farm, and well, our current place. Not quite on the farm today, but nice, beautiful fall day. This morning was kind of cool. That's why the long sleeve shirt, but right now it's kind of warmed up. So anyway, just to kind of give you an update of what we've been doing this week, and trying to keep up with the videos. It's just been tough. A little bit of the house update, and also, as you notice, I'm taking down the Premier One fence, and so that means the goats have gone on to a different place. We didn't sell them at a market. You'll see, I'll put in some video the day we actually took them. We donated. Well, it's early morning and we are taking the goats. The goats are having their final day, or they spent their final night at our place, and now they're going to the high school. We donated the 2 goats that we had left to the high school, and they gonna be part of the FFA program. My daughter is also part of that, and this is also the school where my wife teaches at. So they're gonna have a good home, and then after the school year they'll sell them, and then that money will go to help support the local FFA program. So anything we can do to support that program, both of my daughters are a part of that. So that's just us helping. So early morning, before 7 o'clock, and we're getting ready to leave to take you goats to the high school for their new pen. So there's one of them now, looking. So they want to see what it is. They're friendly goats, Red and Scooter. So more to come. And we may actually get 2 more, probably in December. That's kind of where we're looking, depending on if they do the livestock show this year. That's all still questionable. We hope by then, with this COVID stuff, last year the livestock show got canceled, and that was the reason for the show goats that we got, because I kind of sold off all my commercial herd and was really not trying to be in the goat business this year. But we were thinking we were going to be a whole lot further along on the house than we are now. So if I'd have known it was going to take this long to get the house, yeah, we might would have kept them a little bit longer. But right now, like I say, we just took down the Premier One fence. I'm going to store it in our trailer, the livestock trailer right now. Actually going to move some stuff up to the farm. We've got that building up there. So we're going to try to move some of this stuff during the winter, because we do have plans to start construction sometime this winter, sometime maybe first of the year. Talked to my contractor yesterday, or day before yesterday, weekend during the week that he said that lumber prices have stabilized right now, but they hadn't really come down any. So to be honest, right now we're just kind of, if we don't need to go, let's just kind of see what lumber is going to do, and then at some point we're going to just go ahead and give the okay to start construction. So still got a few things to do with the bank and whatnot, but pretty much we're working towards building. We just hadn't got there yet. So anyway, like I said, the Premier One fence done real good. I'm gonna pick up the camera now and kind of, we'll see, but my little goat pen that's in there, most of it was in the woods, and you know, it didn't have a whole lot of grazing abilities, but mainly what we used it for was for our show goats in the wintertime, and they were pretty much on hay anyway. So it worked real good for the 2 show goats, and we also, when we had our commercial breed, when we had all the goats at our other place that was sold, you'll see some of our older videos. This is where I brought some of the sick goats, or if I needed to isolate them. And also I brought some of the mothers over, and I kind of used this as my nursery. So kind of twofold. Most time it was a nursery, and then also I had the 2 goats. We usually had 2 or 4 depending on when both my daughters were showing. We had 4 goats over here that were for the show, and we needed them close by the house. So that's what this is for. So anyway, that's kind of our update. Premier One fence, I want to say a lot about that. That was real nice. The Premier One fence was excellent. I'm gonna go down here and we're gonna get the charging box. So if you are in need of some temporary fencing, even permanent fencing, moving around, just to be able to move your goats around. I just had one section, and this was a pretty good section in my yard. I got to mow parts of it down now. It worked really good. We actually moved it. I didn't really have any video of it, but we moved them down in the woods, let them do different places in the woods, and they cleaned that out. So Premier One fence, you know, if you wanting to move your animals around, that's an excellent choice. The charger worked very well. We got the solar charger, so I'm not going to complain about that. The only time we had some issues with that was when it got real dry. You may need to drive a longer ground rod, and that may be area by area. For us, when it got real dry, we didn't have a good ground, so we weren't getting good connectivity, and the goats would sometimes test the fence a little bit. So as long as it was charging good, we didn't have a problem. I would solve that sometimes by coming out here and putting a little water around the ground rod, and then I actually moved it to one of my older ones down in the woods and got a little bit better connection there. So and even then, when it was dry, the ground was dry, for goats you got to have a pretty good fence, because their hooves insulate, so when it gets real dry also, they don't make that connection to ground like some of the other animals. Did keep the dogs, Lacey and Zeus, out of it. They tested it a few times, and it didn't take them long. They didn't mess with the white fence anymore. So that's something else that we're going to do. Again, if I'd have known it was going to take this long, I would have went ahead and got my some chickens. But I was thinking we were going to be, honestly, I thought by now we would be ready or getting ready to move into our place. So that's how far behind we are. Anyway, COVID, a lot of other things kind of pushed that issue. So we're not haven't even dug a hole in the ground yet. So if you do have chickens, back to what I was saying, you know, your family dogs, or even the neighborhood dogs, or some, you know, may, you know, come up and try to mess with the chickens, they gonna try to kill them. Even if it's a nice dog, they want to chase them, they want to play with them, or eventually they're gonna kill them if they get a hold of them. So the Premier One fence can help protect your flocks as well. So I think that was a good investment to buy. When we move, I plan on putting it around using it for my chicken flock to where we move them. That way it'll keep the dogs out of them. That way I don't have to test the dogs. Eventually they'll learn, but initially I'm gonna have to protect the chickens from the dogs because they want to play. That's their nature, is to chase them. Especially if they start running, the dog's gonna chase after it. So, and I don't necessarily want to break the dogs of that too much, but we'll train the dogs to the chickens when we get them. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get there. But anyway, like I say, if you're looking for something to keep your small animals, go to Premier One, and they've got, for hogs, they've got pig fencing panels, pig panels, all kinds of different poultry netting. This was just a stock base netting, mainly for goats. But I've seen people, they put it around their chicken, free-range chicken flocks. Not necessarily to keep the chickens in, but to keep other stuff from getting to the chickens. Because those squares were pretty big. A small chicken is going to jump through it. So they make some tighter netting. So check them out and see what they can do for you. But anyway, that's been kind of our week. I'll put the video, and I got a few videos of Allison. I told her to do an update on the goats. The goats got a small pen at the school, and the kids are going to start taking care of it, and you know, that's good. We've got I want to promote agriculture, and I think that's a good way to do it, because I'm new. Even though I grew up around it, I've been out of agriculture for a long time, other than raising small animals. So I'm by no means going to call myself a farmer, but I'm not a novice completely, although I have got a lot to learn, and I'm going to fail a lot as we go forward. So that's pretty much all I've got this week. Thanks for sticking by and sticking with the channel. If you like farm content, homesteading, especially new homesteading, watching a family getting ready to move, if that interests you, some of the things that we do to fail along the way, subscribe to the channel. I started this as kind of a vlog of our journey, mainly for us. Put it on YouTube for some of my extended family that may be away, to kind of give them an update, and also to get out of my comfort zone, I've said a couple of times. So if you like that kind of content, subscribe to the channel, like the channel, hit the like button, share it with some of your friends, and stick with us on this journey to build a new homestead and be more self-sustaining in Central Virginia. Okay, so it is lunchtime. Came back out here with Red and Scooter. They're mad at me. They don't want to be near me because they're locked in here and they don't want to be locked in here. So that's the update.